Hi, survivors. It's me, Purpose Ann, reporting to you, hoping you guys are okay because the state of the world is not. What I seen coming back here to Texas from New York is really crucial. It's really crucial. And I thank God and I think about it. I think God is setting it up for me this way so I can be able to report to the people because it's important for us to really know what's going on. Now we hear them talking about these things, ushering out this agenda. Well, they've ushered it out, their agenda, on mainstream media. We hear about it with our friends and relatives. We hear about it on the radio. But to actually see what's going on for yourself is unbelievable. It's overwhelming. Y'all, I saw so many children sick everywhere in all the states. There were a lot of adults sick too, but I saw more children than I did adults. I would not dare record anybody's child like that. I try to show proof of what I'm seeing. A lot of y'all that been following me, y'all know I'm not a liar. So y'all already know if I see it, I saw it, that's what's really going on. But a lot of y'all, I have a lot of new viewers. But anyway, those babies were sick. And I'm talking about excessive coughing. This one lady, she had two children. One, I think, was probably a year, just started walking. And the other one, she was like 4, maybe 4, no more than 5. And when I tell you both of them were sick, and I noticed they both had like the hospital bands, like when you just get out the hospital. And they were traveling. They were traveling very, very sick that way. A couple of other places. This was when I was leaving New York. I saw this, and then coming back down south in North and South Carolina, in Georgia, Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Louisiana, of course, saw nothing but sicknesses, nothing but illnesses. And I was also listening to and paying attention to what their mainstream media was saying. Everybody all over was saying the same thing. Cases are high. Hospitals are filled to the brim. Shortages on nurses and doctors. Well, we know where the shortages came from with those nasty mandates. See, that's why I told y'all they set us up. They set us up. They are trying to destroy this country, allegedly. But that's exactly what it is. They were saying on that mainstream media, go and get the Tress. Y'all know that phone company called Boost? That's what they were saying. If this your first time watching me, you're going to have to try to figure out what I'm saying because I've been censored on here so many times. So I have to be careful. And while I'm saying that, y'all make sure y'all follow my other platforms. The links will be in the description. Because the powers that be, they've been on these social media platforms telling these people who own these platforms, censor this, censor that. They shouldn't be allowed to say this and that. Another, basically saying that we shouldn't be allowed to expose them and tell the truth. Basically. Because what they're doing is evil. It's awful. So that's what they're telling people to do on their mainstream media. They are really promoting and telling people to take their kids down there and get this. This is really awful. These parents are lining their children up to go to see if they have it. Let me tell you something. I can't tell people what to do. When the Spirit of God lays something on me to inform people, that's what I do. My grandparents, when we got sick, we never went to a doctor. God could take my life if I'm lying to y'all about anything right now. We never went to a doctor. My grandmother gave us some castor oil and then let us take some lemon and honey, knocked whatever was going on right out of us. I don't even recall us really being sick like that. But sometimes we get like little colds, and before it got worse, she give us that castor. It was the nastiest tasting stuff I ever had in my life. My grandfather didn't believe in no doctor. I don't know if I told y'all the story when I was in elementary school and I don't know what I was doing. Here's this finger. A piece of lead got stuck, pencil lead got stuck in this finger right here. I don't know. I was always doing something. I was a gymnast. I was on track. I was in the band. I was a twirler. I was a dancer. I was always busy. I was in gymnastics. I was just always busy in the choir. Messed around, got a piece of pencil lead stuck in my finger. I'm trying to adjust this light, y'all, so I won't look so dark. Messed around. Went back home to my grandfather. He refused to take me to the doctor. I never went to a doctor. Now I remember, now that I recall, never went to a doctor. That man took some pliers, got that lead up out my finger. He did a surgery. He had to go down in there because it was stuck down in there. Took it out of there. Put some peroxide alcohol. I screamed. Bandaged it up. And it healed in like 2 or 3 days. I'm not lying. When I went back to school and them teachers said, did you go to the hospital, to the doctor? I was like, no. They said, well, how did you get it out? I told them what my grandfather did. They was like, whoa. Now, y'all listening to these people and gonna take your pure, innocent baby whose immune system is way better than all of ours. Y'all gonna take her down there and let these people mess them up? Allegedly. Don't take your baby down there. You pray over your baby. There's natural herbs and remedies right here in this earth that'll heal us. You know the body will heal itself if you're putting the proper nutrition in it, and if you're drinking a lot of water, if you're meditating and praying and thinking positive and saying positive affirmations, and if you're doing creative visualization that I taught y'all to do in them survivalism classes, and you seeing yourself well and whole, and you seeing yourself with everything you need around you, the mind is a powerful thing. Your body is a powerful thing. It can heal itself. Take your child down there if you want to and let them mess them all up. That's exactly what would happen. Allegedly. Now, I'm not going to keep holding this light, y'all. So if y'all can't see me, if I'm looking a different color, it's about the message. I wrote down some notes. We're going to go over some things. I know they like the short videos or the more popular videos these days, but I have something to say. Now, if you're not preparing yourselves for what these times that we are facing, these times we're living in, good luck with that. If you in an apartment or in a home and those bills are already overwhelming, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Now, my viewers know that I travel a lot, which I'm about to stop that right now because there's too much going on. I got sick twice. Well, it was minor symptoms in New York. I didn't go down there to see if I had nothing. I already knew I had something. I don't need them putting nothing up in my nose. God told me not to do that. To see if I got something. I knew, you know if your body is not well. What you gonna go down there and let them all mess you up worse for? I started taking my natural remedies. I had a family member come up there, buy me a bunch of natural herbs. I'm gonna tell y'all what the herbs are. Knocked it right out. I'm talking about turmeric. What you call it? Echinacea, ECHINACEA, garlic, black all seeds. I got I'm about to go get the bag in a minute. But anyway, I knew I had some. I didn't need to go down there. And I just started flushing it out. Tea, drinking a lot of teas and lemon and honey, and drinking a lot of water, doing a lot of praying, fasting. I just stopped eating. If I did eat, I have some soup later on that evening. But what I was saying, yeah, so if you're in a situation where you're paying a lot of high bills, you want to get out that situation right now. You want to downsize. I'm telling my viewers know I did it. I did it, what 3 or 4 months ago, and I've been in a better position. I'm not paying all that high overhead as far as housing like I was before. You want to downsize. These light and utility companies, they charging higher and higher fees and taxes. This place, when I'm not even in this place, the light bill still is $60 a month, and I said I'm gonna call down there today and see what's going on with that. They charge me like $2.50, almost $3 a day, and I'm not even using it. And you look at your bills, y'all. Pay attention to your bills. Everything is going up higher, and you can dispute a lot of these things or go to another company. If you have to move, I suggest if you can get out the cities, try to find you some land, but I'll talk about that later. But a lot of people can't do that. If you can't do that, get out of that high expensive apartment or house that you're in, unless you're paying a mortgage. If you're paying a mortgage, I tell people I wouldn't get rid of my place so soon. You know, you could rent it out, you could do Airbnb, you can rent out rooms. It's a lot of, and you can do this for your other places too. You know, I suggest this for your other places too. But if you can't do that, you might want to downsize. And then I want to talk about how we've been set up. I'm gonna talk about a lot of things real quick, and I hate to go quick, but I have to, because y'all know I just got off the road, so there's a lot of things I have to take care of here home and my body. I got to heal my body. It takes a couple of days for my body to get back right because I'm swollen right now from the long trip. We've been set up like since 2019, since the beginning of this pandemic. If y'all don't know, the Democrat cities, they started releasing the worst criminals on the streets. I don't know if other cities I know that this is a red state, but this city is blue. They started releasing all kinds of bad criminals. Also in New York, they did that too, out of the jails. And that's when it was an uptick in crime. It was already an uptick in crime because of the pandemic, but that made it worse, letting these violent criminals be on the streets. They started allowing all these different people to cross the border. A lot of these people in Texas that crossed the border from Mexico, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are very extremely violent. You know, we talking about mafia people. We talking about drug cartels. That made our streets worse. This is up under this current leadership, y'all. Allegedly, but that's really what's going on. Since all this stuff has been happening, we have really sincerely been set up for failure. Also, the weather. Y'all, they brought the year in damaging people, damaging more crops, displacing more people, killing more people, people losing their home. Look at the Colorado wildfires. Because of that wind, those people lost their house. It's just bad. It's really, really bad. I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of people are displaced right now. When you lose your home, you're losing everything in it. We talking about your food, your clothing, your personal belongings. We talking about valuable things. We talking about your transportation. And y'all, I told y'all, this is the easiest way for them to usher in martial law and bring the service guards in and have mandates declaring that you can't go out at a certain time and making the roads impassable. I already talked about it in previous videos. Y'all have to go back to those videos when I discuss how they could usher in all these different things in weather-related events and in catastrophes. And then they make a lot of money. These cities and states where they have these bad weather events, I'm telling you, they get a lot of federal funding from the government. All they have to do is declare it an emergency disaster area, and they get billions, and they do nothing to help anybody with it. I know it because Houston has done it for years. Houston been getting money for years behind Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Ike, Katrina, Alicia, and our drainage system is still the same way. If it rains past an hour or two in Houston, Texas, it starts to get flooded. So they get a lot of money, the powers to be when these types of things happen. And then it helps their agenda. I already talked about protect your children. Protect your children. You pray over your children. You try to heal. You can heal your child yourself. You don't have to take them down there. Also, I saw a lot of mental illness. A lot of people were going crazy. All throughout all those states I just mentioned, they were talking about the jab. It's like they telling us, they were talking right though, but then you could tell they kind of lost their mind. And it's not easy for people to do that with all this stuff going on, because everybody with any kind of common sense know this ain't right. So they go to tell y'all, a lot of people that y'all thinking mentally ill, they're not mentally ill. They just overwhelmed and they don't have anybody. You know, I saw this one guy, he was going crazy. He's like, this doesn't make sense. They telling everybody to go down there and get this jab, get that jab. He said, what they want from us is like, they're going to keep on putting out these illnesses. I mean, people have a lot of sense, but it's a lot of mental illness going on. Let's pray for them. Now, I want to end it by saying, if you paying a rent, if you paying a mortgage, then you can go get you some land. Y'all, land is really, really cheap. I know out here in Texas, you could put down $250, $300, $400, $500 and pay $200, $300 a month. Or either you could talk to, if it's a private owner, you could pay like $100 a month. I'm a private owner. I would work with somebody, who's trying to buy land. Get out the cities, grow your garden if you can. You can grow your garden right where you are, because everything is steadily increasing and it's going to get worse. We're in for the fight of our lives. I know I'm going really fast. I do apologize for that. But we're in for the fight of our lives, y'all. And I still have the land where I'm allowing 10 families to come on. It's here in Texas. It's a very, very safe, very secure area. If you have an RV or van or something where you guys can stay in it, because there's no house or anything. It's just pure land where you could be safe. It's a bug out location. If you're looking for a bug out location, you can email me at prepperzan@gmail.com. A lot of you guys are asking me to do videos with you. I have other people who also monitor the page and help me with the page. They're telling me these things. You can also email me at prepperzan@gmail.com. There are non-expensive items on my website that will help you stay warm in the winter, and some other things for people who can't afford generators and things of that nature. I know a lot of the prepper channels, they promote the high expensive products, and I'm not mad at them. And eventually I may one day as well, you know what I'm saying? But I'm adamant about really helping people and helping people who cannot afford certain things, because I was like that most of my life. To be honest with you, couldn't afford certain things. A lot of us are still like that. You know what I mean? I mean, right now, with these mandates and stuff, it's still some things I just can't afford. I lost a lot of income with the mandates because I had refused to get that. So I, lost a lot of money like a lot of us have. And, but we keep going and we keep fighting. I just want everybody to take precautions of what's going on in the world. And don't listen to these people who've never done anything for you. They care nothing about you. Please, parents, protect your children. Protect your children, man. Please. Don't listen to these people. I homeschool my daughter. If you're worried about, I can't send my kid to school allegedly because they have to have this and all that, homeschool them. We all making major sacrifices. God has told me, don't go get this no more. So that's out there for a lot of my entertainment work, because that's the first thing they want to do is shove something up your nose. And I already talked about it. Now, they took my video down about when I was saying all these things that go along with that. Y'all follow me on Patreon if y'all really want to know what's going on, because I'm raw and unfiltered over there. They're not taking down any of my videos like these other platforms are. I have survivalism classes every week on my Patreon page as well. But y'all, don't be foolish and let these people mess up your children. Don't be foolish and let these people mess up you. Watch the world. Watch the weather. Smell your water. Boil your water before you use it. Keep surviving. ZanHarrow.com.